to today's review, and as usual I'll be reviewing the AUDUSD because we've been on AUDUSD since the beginning of the week, and we've been able to take some, make some analysis, some trades on it, and it's been a profitable pair this week. And considering that today is Friday, 6th of January 2023, also that today is a news release date. Today was the first NFP news release date for the year. So of course, lots of traders, which is a normal thing for all traders to be on their toes during news release days like this, but it's actually very significant news, and it plays a major role in price delivery in the market. Fundamental is also a very good indicator for the market. So I'll be reviewing today, which is Friday, right? And I'll be following the same simple principle that I've been talking about, I've been teaching you guys so far, right? There is no need to draw a trend line, because if you look at this point here, your retailers, people will tell you this here is a trend line. This here is a trend line, right? Probably they will tell you, okay, the first hit, the second hit, and they will now tell you to anticipate probably a third hit, right? It might happen, it might work like that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but trend line is this line, right? This line here, this trend line is not a tool for price delivery. It is a tool for price analysis. In other words, you don't base the judgment of your analysis on what you have used this line to do. Because if price is delivered in this market, it means that, like, for example, right, you see this old candle move here, right? Whatsoever is moving this candle is not objective. It is factual. It is real. It is something that cannot be argued, right? So for price to move from this low to this high here, there is something that caused it, right? And that thing that caused this move is not something that if A tells you something else, B will tell you something else. No, it is one thing. Everybody should know what it is. Well, if we look at trend line now, while you are thinking, okay, this is the first hit, this is second hit, another person might tell you that, okay, this is how I want my trend line to be. Another person will tell you, okay, I prefer my trend line to just be straight like this. But what I am teaching you guys here is not something for argument. Not something objective. It is a principle. So if it's a case of either or, just those two things. Either you enter below or you enter above. Simple. There is no noise, no argument, nothing. So we're going to be analyzing, and today's Friday was a very simple day. Actually, I wasn't able to trade this because I was actually on Instagram live, and before setting everything up and getting everyone to be connected, price is already moved up to this point, right? Up to this point. And considering that I'm not an aggressive trader, and also I do not know if price would continue to go up or come down, I just decided to let it go, right? And I'll be trading the reversal. because on Monday this price is going to fall, and if it doesn't fall on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday marks, we are going to see the fall. It won't exceed Wednesday. And this, how do I know, okay, it won't exceed Wednesday? These are simple things. Although, yeah, it might not be simple, there are things that you know, happens in the market, but you don't, like, how do I explain this now? I'm just trying to tell you that it is repetitive. Yeah, you see, no matter how very good you are in this market, no matter how much you claim to know, you will always wait for price to deliver before you take actions. In other words, if you were planning to buy, you don't buy because you think you should buy. I think I said this already. You buy because the market already showed you that you should buy. So in other words, we follow, we don't lead the market. Okay? The only advantage we have as trader is, as you know, as advanced trader, is because is the fact that we can read signs, we can read the handwriting on the wall. We know when the price wants to go up, wants to come down. We position ourselves very early so that we can start the trend after, from this crash, from the start. But if somebody is telling you that, okay, it's my analysis that makes the market to turn, that's a lie. Liars pants on fire. Also, before I continue, I would like to thank you all for the reviews I've been getting, both on my social media pages and here on YouTube. It's been very, very helpful, and that's the motivation I need, and to, you know, keep on dropping daily reviews as a mean of guidance for your analysis. Hopefully next week we'll be probably looking into another pair, but let's just do UDUSD for this week. Now, like I told you, the four most important thing that we traders pay attention to is, although there are more than that, but considering that this is a free lecture, and it will be unfair for those who have paid, my students, right, for me to just come to YouTube and reveal everything to you guys. Okay, if you're interested in getting your hands on pure undiluted 100% knowledge transfer, you can just come to my social pages and register for the academy. But then if you can't afford my academy, whatsoever I'm teaching, if you can't afford my mentorship, whatsoever I'm teaching, whatever you're learning here is also it's also something that you can use to get yourself started in the right direction in this market and stop making losses, unnecessary losses. Now, I'm not trying to say, what I'm teaching is the holy grail, or it never fails, or it does this, it does that. So this is the market we are dealing with, right? Of course. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you are tired of following an indicator that it is after all the whole fall, all this, okay, an indicator that it is after market has done probably 50% or has already moved high, before you start seeing buy, and before you start getting in early, people who wants to trade are traded, they have taken their profits, and then you are just coming to the market to just, you know, take the crumbs, and even at the end of the day, the market reversed on you. Or if you're tired of the fact that, yes, you are seeing a buy and then you bought, probably you are thinking, maybe let me mark this level out. Yeah, maybe you're thinking from this low here, right, to this low here, you might think, oh, okay, this is relative support, and you have already bought here. But unfortunately, market took you out, and the worst part of everything is, what did it do? Continued in your direction. So if you're tired of something like that, then whatsoever I'm sharing with you right now is for you. All I need you to do is calm down, get plugged in, get connected. There's no magic here. It's a simple price action. And a good way to start, to get connected is, first of all, delete all the trend lines wherever you have on your chart and stop using them. In fact, they are the reason why you're losing money you don't even have in the first place. You're losing it to the market. It doesn't really make sense. As traders, we should understand that what we are here to do is understand price. And if we are here to understand price and then we are focusing on lines, it doesn't make sense. What I'm revealing to you here, okay, let's get down to today's business, right? So this is Friday. So we want to do what? We want to plot our previous day high. Now, normally when I do my analysis, I don't draw all these lines. The reason why I'm doing this line is because of, probably newbies or you guys, just for illustration purpose, because I'm teaching you. That's why I'm drawing this line. When I'm doing my analysis, I don't draw any line. I don't use any of these daily dividers. All I just need to do, my chart is as plain as this. This is all I need. I don't draw boxes or wherever, because I already know what I'm looking for. You see, on Friday, right? I already knew what I was looking for on Friday since on Thursday. So if markets start playing out as my expectations, I go into the market. But if it does not, then just like on Friday when I was expecting to buy, and I would have bought, but because, like I said, I was busy with with the live session. I wasn't, all set, and before we could come back, prices already moved, and I'm not a FOMO person. It's not good to FOMO. They will just let the price go and anticipate selling the reversal. But the point I'm trying to say is, I don't use lines or wherever. Merely looking at the market, I already know where I'm going. I already know my position. I know my direction. So that's the kind of trade I'm kind of building. I build my students to be. I build them to just throw away the lines, the stuff. They don't. That's not how they are not useful. Of course, for illustration purposes, yes, they are useful to guide in your analysis. They're useful, but they are not the fundament. Okay, so stop studying them. So now the previous day high, and then I'll also map out the previous day low. Now, these are the only two things I need for the previous day. And the other thing I need probably is just to know direction. And remember, I told you that price is magneted to where? To wherever the money is. So let's assume that Friday is out of the picture. So where is liquidity? Above or below? I want you to look at it. Yeah, of course, we know liquidity is below here, and stuff like that. But the point is, the directional premise is still above. We're still going up, right? We're still bullish. All this one is just to probably cool off. So we can anticipate probably a move below here, right? Probably to take this liquidity and also take this one, or probably to just come into wherever it wants to come into here. Remember, I told you guys, I said when price goes to take your liquidity, it either goes into something, right? Probably an imbalance, or takes out liquidity before moving up. Okay, and that was what happened here on Friday. It took out Okay, it took out this liquidity, right, and came into an imbalance. If we draw that out in time, we'll see that there was an imbalance there. Come here, let me draw that out for you guys. From that low here, draw that out till on Thursday. Now, if we zoom that in, okay, I think that was on Wednesday, right? And if we zoom that in, we'll see, yeah, price came to where an area of imbalance here. Although I don't understand why it came to this level. I would have loved if it had come lower, just, you know, sweep this low. But then for market not to sweep that low, it means that this low now becomes a liquidity point. There's a liquidity point here, and this level on Friday also becomes a liquidity point. And that means that we can anticipate that whatsoever fall is going to happen here is coming to clear these lows, because these are relative lows. But the directional premise for Friday was bullish. So now we know direction. We know what we should be doing as traders. We know where we want to go, right? And we've already mapped out our highs and lows. And then we just come to Friday. And what do we do on Friday? Like I've taught you, all you need is the opening price for the day. Anything outside that, you don't need it. Now, once you have this information, now there are more to this than just opening and whatever price, right? But I just want to show you that this, even the basics, works effectively. Now, imagine if you can get your hands on complete information, like in my mentorship. Just imagine that. You'd be flying, because this level here, you see this black, this what's it called now, this down close candle, right? That was where I was planning to buy initially. In fact, I would have bought, because you see this level here, I knew this was where price was coming to. I knew this was price was coming. Why? Because this level here was a pinpoint level, a whole point level. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it, a whole point level. And what's a whole point level? That's another thing to explain. And you can see how, you know, just talking about reviews is already bringing us to lots of concepts. Lots of concepts. There are lot that are not complicated, right? But the understanding of this concept would position you to be a profitable trader, not just a good analyst, but a profitable one. So the opening price, and what do we need to do? Just buy below the opening price. If that's what you were looking for, fine. Now we don't just buy, you know, now once, you know, let's assume that all this never happened, all these moves here never happened, right? Now we've plotted our opening price, the previous day high, the previous day low. Now time, I already showed us I already talked about time in my previous video. You can go back and watch them. So this is our time, London and New York. So we're anticipating, we could anticipate a reversal, right, to the upside in London or in New York. But on Friday, it would definitely be New York. You don't need any a fortune teller to tell you that. Why? Because it was an NFP news release day. It was an NFP news release. An NFP news release was, you know, 2:30 p.m. That's GMT plus 1. 14:30 GMT plus 1. That was the news release for NFP. That's when the news release was to start. And you can see, look at the date. If you look below here, you see that the move started at that period. So you don't need any magician to tell you that, okay, probably 5 minutes into that, you can just place your buy, put your stop loss here, and you move. or you can just hold on, wait a little bit, and then you can enter this, reversal, because this is an imbalance. I told you when price is coming down, it's coming to either an imbalance or take out liquidity. That's what happened here. So time, check. We've already seen that, okay, time, yes, price is already in the time of reversal. So we give a check for time. Time is marked already. The next thing is what? Price. And where is price? Price is below the opening of the day. So does it make sense to look for buy here? Yes, it does. Simple. No trend lines, no indicators, wahala, no support and resistance stuff, no Wyckoff theory, complicating things that is supposed to be very easy. And if you had followed just this simple the simple guide, you would have closed the day at how many pips now? 141 pips. If you traded that with a standard lot size, that's that's $1,400. That's nice profit. Yeah, even if this is the only trade you can take for the whole week, as long as you know what you're doing, you're positioned, and your directional premise is correct, your position, and you just follow this guide. You don't need nothing more. You don't need to pay any mentor to start bombarding your head with public knowledge that is ineffective. Just like you guys, I've gone through, the retailer stuff and even the SMC stuff and everything, but just gaining this body of knowledge through time, through experience, and me giving it to you right now, it's like an oil well. Pay attention to it, practice it, and you will never you always be a profitable trader. That's a guarantee, because what I'm showing you here is how it's not subjective. It is what really happens. It is not Maxwell says, it is what happened. And if you're lucky enough to come across my page, good luck for you. Study it, practice it. Don't let anything distract you. Let it move. Let the market just go. Just go. For those of you who are still, because I got some reviews, some complaints from people saying they don't really understand the concept of liquidity. I'm actually not, liquidity is not my concept, right? It's actually not even anyone's concept. It's something that happens in the market, and if anybody gives it, if liquidity is just money, it's just money. Forget the grammar. Liquidity is where the money is. So when the money gets much more, there's a lot of money somewhere, we call it liquidity. So for those of you who can probably get your hands on understanding liquidity, probably in my series I might talk about it, but I won't be extending conversation on that. Just find a way to get yourself acquainted with that knowledge, and then you can, because I presume, or let me say I assume, that everybody who are watching this video right now are not beginners, and you have seen the ineffectiveness in your analysis and you want a change. This is 2023. It's the beginning of the year. You can just make that quality decision and find a good mentor, find a good academy, and stick with that. Stick with them for the whole of the year and begin to make change. Begin to see changes in your trading journey. Because now, what's this? Let me show you something before I close the. See this? Yeah. tell you this is resistance. Nah, that's wrong. This is going to be taken out. To be taken out very well. It might not be on Monday, it might be on Monday. I don't know what will happen, right? We don't know. We just wait for market to deliver, and then once we see what it's done, we know what it wants to do next, and we let it go. What it wants to do next is it wants to take out this high before falling. That's what it wants to do, and it will do it. So now we can start positioning ourselves to start looking for sell entry after this high is taken out. Meanwhile, there are some people who still believe that, oh, this is support. Oh yeah, sell, breakouts, retest, continuation. Oh, come on. You're stressing yourself, bro. Those big grammars your mentors are giving you are not necessary. They are not. All you need to understand is open, high, low, close. Simple. Then you understand time. Because what I'm showing you here as per time, in fact, let me reveal something to you. I've only showed you 10% of the whole conceptualization of the real thing that happens in this market. Just 10%. It's not even up to 10%. And it's working effectively. Imagine if you can get hands on 100%. And you become a phoenix. You rise from your ashes. Okay, so also before I close the review, very soon, by God's grace, I'll be starting a podcast where I'll be talking about forex, mindset, business, finance, and other things that have to that can build you up as a trader. And once that is ready, it will definitely be passed across, and it will really help you a lot in becoming a better trader. Help you make the dough, make the profit and everything. Pending that time, stay profitable.